Hi, Bad Gamer here. Buckle up, game nerds. Summer Game Fest is done. You know, we break it down. Well, I don't really break it down in all of the things. Just gonna talk about the things that stood out to me the most, but I'll talk about a lot of them. So I've waited a little bit to do that. That's why it's a little bit later, because I wanted all of them to be combined. It started off with the PlayStation Direct. The general vibe was pretty meh, I would say. The biggest buzzkill obviously was that the Ghost of Yotei didn't got almost zero. Bruh, like I was waiting for that. Wolverine, I know in my last video I said like don't force them to do their games and stuff, but man, at this point, just show us a little trailer, a glimpse that we know it's still alive. But what did catch my eye though is 007 First Lights. It's a new Bond, and it feels kind of like the vibes I got is Hitman meets Uncharted, okay? The protagonist is barely 26, but I don't know, there was some parkour, some cheeky vibes, you know, they scream pretty Uncharted to me. Curious if this Bond will actually live up to the legend. We don't know if, you know, it's just a Nathan Drake cosplay. But again, I think it looks cool, and from what they said is, that's the first real James Bond video game. Nioh 3 is the next thing. 2 weeks of playable demo? That's right, 2 weeks. Publishers might finally get that flashy trailers don't sell anymore, or not as much as they did, okay? Demo discs and magazines, these things sell, okay? I miss those days, man. I mean, Nioh, it's not a miss at all. Like, Nioh brings back that Samurai Souls pain, and I'm ready to feel it. Actually, the first Nioh was my entry into Souls games, believe it or not. This kind of like samurai Japanese setting was something that was missing for me in all the Souls games before, so that was cool. Then speaking of Japan, okay, Tokon Fighting Souls, Sony's kind of Marvel fighting game, plus Sony having their own fighting stick that they were releasing. I don't know, man. I didn't see any Virtua Fighter, unfortunately. We got that teaser. It was in my prediction video. If you haven't seen it, check that out if you want to. I mean, it's done now, but still. I don't think that's, you know, that's coincidence. I think that Sony definitely is cooking up something crazy when it comes to fighting games, because they, you know, they're pouring their hearts into there a little bit. Next thing I want to talk about is Romeo is a Dead Man. Okay, from No More Heroes creator, this one's straight up stylish chaos. I don't have any deeper thoughts, man. Just pure, that looks sick and I want to play it. Next up, Silent Hill F. Oh, gamers, I'm excited. Coming this September. And I'm all in. After years of silence, you know, we've seen a little bit this year, earlier this year. I'll be playing this on this channel for sure. Okay, so get ready for spooky times. Finally, Silent Hill goes actually to a Japanese setting. I feel like it really needed it. Even though it always had this Western horror in their video games, in the core, it was always a Japanese thing. So I love the fact that they actually decided to go full on Japanese with this. And they got a release date now in September. I don't remember if in the first one they actually gave us a release date. I remember there was maybe fall 2025 or something, but man, it's coming really, really soon and I can't wait. Then finally, we have seen something from Pragmata, Capcom's sci-fi mystery that we saw many, many years in the past, and it resurfaced, and I actually really like the vibe, man. Robot Girl plus Dystopia plus Capcom's hot streak right now, because man, win after win, this might be a win in my book too. And rumors say that people have already played it actually, or I don't know if they played it, but definitely saw more. I'm cautiously optimistic on this one, and I hope again that Capcom won't miss it with the streak that they're having right now. Very quick mention, it's nothing new really, but Metal Gear Solid, man, it was on the show as well. They showed a little bit more. It looks more like a game now. Before it was actually, damn, like this looks way too good. There was another show with MGS, but I'm trying to stay blind because it will be only my second one after MGS 5, because I really want to, you know, keep that fresh feeling. So I can't wait to see more about that game. If you played it, let me know. How good is it? Can I wait for something crazy? Now let's move directly to Geoff's show. Geoff, man, I called you, bro. I wanted you to knock us out of the park, and I mean, you kind of did in the very end with Resident Evil Requiem, ladies and gentlemen. The elephant in the room, okay? This game's been in the oven, from what I heard, since Village, and it's swinging back to third person, man. I love the first person Resident Evil games a lot, but it feels like a nostalgic blast with a modern flair, okay? It will drop in February next year, which is super close, so sharpen those machetes, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm expecting quite a lot, actually. Maybe I should keep my expectations low, because again, I know that they were working on that while they were already working on Village. So yeah, let's see. Next up, Atomic Heart 2 and the Cube spin-off. How cool did that look? Man, okay, Soviet sci-fi fever dream. This is how I would describe it. If you have played it, it's cool, okay? But I did not expect them to come this fast with more, man. But I mean, come on, bring the madness, you know? This Atomic Heart madness that we had in the first one. I also did not finish that, but I played a good chunk of it and I really liked it. I know that some people really complain about it, but probably that's why my expectations were also quite low when I played it. But when I played it, I was like, man, this is cool. Horror game fans, I think they wet themselves, because seeing this again is kind of crazy. Of course, I'm talking about Ill. It was announced years ago. Then it was ghosted for a bit. Literally, oh my God, did you see what Now it's back and it looks crispy. Body horror and unsettling vibes for days. I'm ready for nightmares. I don't know. I don't want to rewatch the trailer, actually. It's quite disturbing. Yeah. Now let's move on to Xbox, which I think the Xbox showcase was the real MVP. This was by far my favorite of the three big shows, and I was glued to the bottom left corner the entire time to check if it actually said include it in Game Pass, okay? And the insane part is the amount of titles that come out not only had the Game Pass logo on them, but they also had the PlayStation logo on it, okay? So most of these things also will drop for the PlayStation 5. And this is kind of wild, man, because this cross-platform chaos is an incurable step forward in gaming, and I think it's an incredible achievement and thing that we can actually experience in the current console generations. And speaking of consoles, okay, ROG Xbox Ally. We talked about this in a video a long time ago where we predicted it or we read about it, but now it's official, okay? Xbox doesn't have their own handheld, but they have this new handheld that they work together with Asus. And I can't wait to actually see it and see if it lives up to the hype. Because, I mean, it has now handhelds, there's a big market now, man. How will it stand against, you know, Steam Deck? I mean, even the Switch? As much as I hate it, man, but, you know, these are the things that they have to fight for in the market right now. We had handhelds before, but now what you could do, think about it. You get an Xbox Game Pass, you get the Steam library, and the Steam library also allows you to play some Sony exclusives, right? Which are now actually also on PC, which that handheld allows you to play literally everything, which is crazy. I don't know. I think it's cool. I hope it's not gonna cost a liver, but we have to see for that. A little plug right here, real quick mention. They said that whenever they release the console, it will come day one with Silksong, which is crazy. So they know that it's gonna drop. They still, oh man, the fact that we still don't have a date for that, I don't know. Obviously we saw Outer Worlds 2. Yep, I mean, it's happening, you know. Obsidian, man, they got their hands full with like tons of projects, as it seems. I'm stoked, you know, I'm down. Kind of my guilty pleasure, I would say, Grounded 2. Bro, Grounded is coming back. I've wasted countless of hours in multiplayer survival games with my friend, okay? Valheim, all of them, all right? But Grounded was one of them, and Grounded remains one of the most unique ones because of its setting, because of the characters you play, the story, the narrative, blah, blah. I don't know, I just really like it, and I'm really glad, even though if it doesn't look very different from the first one, it technically looks like, you know, whenever they said Fortnite 2 is coming, it's just the same game. That's kind of like how it looks like, but you can ride on insects and stuff like that. That's something that I really wanted to do, so I'm really hyped for that. Let me know in the comments if you're also played that and if you're hyped for that too. High on Life 2. I loved the first one, man. Actually, not for the gameplay. The gameplay was meh, but for the hilarious like characters and just like it was pure comedy. Okay, I'm ready for more like laughing and weirdness, you know. This is one of the most creative games out there because there's no shooter that looks like that or plays like that. Again, it's not really like the gameplay is kind of meh, but you like the story pushes you forward because it has this weird Rick and Morty-ish humor. I don't know. The second one looks crispy. You can skate around and stuff like that. I don't know, just more of it. And I can't wait. Then also, finally, we got more of The Blood of Dawnwalker, Bandai Namco's grimdark RPG. It looks pretty interesting. We got this little teaser with vampires because honestly, we need more vampire games. What is going on? Or at least some that don't suck. Why is this genre so not utilized at all? I remember whenever The Order dropped and there were vampires and werewolves in there and stuff like that. Man, that was so cool. And then they cut it and there was never a part 2. I was watching Jake Baldino the other day and he was mentioning that there were actually, you know, talks about a second one and a third one, etc. They could never work on it. I don't know. Generally, just give us more werewolves and vampires, man. What also came as a surprise was the new Plague Tale. Shoot, man, I think I really need to play them now. I think I watched Jacksepticeye playing them back then, I don't know. And the third game, it really, you know, makes me want to binge the 2 again. I know that the second one is on Game Pass, but I really want to own them, actually. I want to buy them. I kind of like how the series was telling the story, but I want to experience it while holding the controller, not just watching another person playing it. It's always a little bit different. Nonetheless, the third one looks really good. And I remember how the second one started to pretentiously try to be a AAA game, but it was like very strong AA game. And you were thinking like, guys, I mean, I know what you're trying to do here, but you're not there yet. The third one, though, feels like what they actually wanted to do with the second one, at least from the trailers. Next up is Chronos: The New Dawn. We talked about this also briefly on this channel, and I mentioned it in one of my Bad Gamer weeklies, and I'm still hooked, man. It's a cool world, and I just want to be in this dad space feeling one more time. And then for me, the biggest surprise actually, or something that really made my head turn, was Mudang. I think this is how we pronounce it. Mudang Two Hearts. Because it gives me Splinter Cell vibes, man. Splinter Cell vibes plus the Call of Duty energy, which I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, but Splinter Cell, once again. And it's from a studio in a country we usually don't hear from. I love that kind of diversity. Well, it's obviously from Korea, but think about it. Wukong showed us how it's done, and the way that Wukong dropped into the gaming industry from China made everyone turn their heads and be like, bro, we need more from them. Okay, we definitely need more Asian studios working on cool titles. And yeah, if you are a Splinter Cell type game, please come. Honestly, in the beginning, I was actually low-key complaining, but looking at the lineup again, and when I started to make a lineup for this particular video, there's actually a lot to be hyped for, okay? There's a lot, and we see what all these studios doing right now. I'm sad that we didn't see like any Ghost of Tsushima gameplay again, or Ghost of Yotei, sorry, I keep calling it Ghost of Tsushima, or any other bigger title from Sony. They kind of closed the year, I guess, with Yotei, and then we don't know anything that's coming next year. There was also a lot of Death Stranding, actually. He was at the stage, he showed another trailer. He is Hideo Kojima, obviously, the man himself. Yeah, bro, he had also his own showcase, which I skipped because I can't wait to just play it myself. I watched some previews and they're all promising, so I think I have enough information on it, okay? But yeah, Summer Game Fest wasn't the E3 from 2018 or 2016, I think, back then, so it wasn't perfect, but hey, what gaming event ever is, okay? PlayStation gave us some solid stuff. Geoff showed us some heavy hitters. Xbox, I think, you know, they actually made this whole thing stand. So yeah, that's it. If you're like me, your backlog just grew by 1,000 games and your wallet might be crying. But that's the beautiful curse of being a bad gamer, ladies and gentlemen. We complain, we roast, but we're here for every new, wild, weird, and wonderful moment in this industry. Now it's time to pre-order everything and then ignore it for 1 year. A classic gamer move. But yeah, catch you on the next one for more takes and salty vibes. Bad Gamer out.